Welcome to Needful Geeks podcast, episode 5. I'm your host, Blake.
And I'm Ryan.
This is number 5. Today we're going to talk about villains, all kinds of villains. You got bad guys from comics, movies, video games,
Just about everything. And you've got the evil villains, then you've got the misunderstood villains who intentionally meant well, but you know what they say about the road to hell.
Yeah.
Paved with
good intentions.
all that shit.
And bodies. Lots of bodies.
Bodies.
And my little guy. Oh, shit. So you can look that way now.
What do we start with?
Let's start with...
Do we start with the king of villains? The ones that all the other villains tell their scary stories about when they want to scare each other?
Lucifer?
The Joker.
I know. Yeah, Joker, he's different when it comes to Batman villains, I'd say a good 95% of Batman villains are just, they might have powers or special shit, but they're still just wanting money, robbing shit, pretty much the 60s campy bullshit. But, there's something like that. They're not just doing shit just for you. You got a few kind of like Bane, wanting to break the bat and all that stuff, but when it comes to the Joker, and also, depends on which version of Joker you're talking about, too. Because, they've changed him throughout the years, but for the most part, he's stayed along the lines of just
He's just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
he's not necessarily out to rob a bank, and if he does, it's just because he had nothing to do on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, well, it's like Dark Knight Rises. He stole all that fucking... Well, he didn't steal the money. He got talked all of those people to giving him the money.
Well, he stole it first,
and
then talked him into giving it to him.
And then he burned it.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
I don't know, the Joker, he doesn't want anything. That's what's creepy about the Joker. If he were to kidnap you, you're fucked, because he doesn't want anything. There's no demands. He just doesn't want shit. He's fucking crazy. He's the Joker.
Yeah.
I liked what he said in The Dark Knight, when he goes after Batman. He wouldn't know what he did if he caught him. He's like a dog chasing a car, you know?
Yeah, he's just... Well, that's like in the comics especially, they show, it's always Batman and Joker. That's what fuels him. It's like in The Dark Knight Returns. Batman retired. The Joker went to an asylum, mental hospital. Didn't have his makeup. Didn't wear his lipstick. Straight face. Talked normal. Looked depressed as shit. But the moment Batman returned, he was, he saw it on the news and he just lit up and started smiling. That's what he needed. That's his fuel. They need each other.
And that's actually... Now, we warned you before. We told you to go see the movie. And if you hadn't by this point, we're going to ruin some shit for you. That's actually the series where Batman and the Joker get into it for pretty much the final time. Joker's running around literally just shooting people left and right just because.
He even killed a bunch of Cub Scouts. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, poisoned them cotton candy. Yeah.
And Batman finally gets a hold of him in a tunnel of love. And they're fighting, and Batman breaks his neck for the most part. And the Joker's all laughing like, I finally pushed you. You killed. And then he broke his neck the rest of the way.
But he didn't kill him. He stopped right there on the edge. He paralyzed him. That's why the Joker was laughing. Like, come on, you can't really finish it. I'll finish it for you. And he finished it. But Batman still didn't kill.
But what I loved about that...
Until you watch Superman Return versus Batman. And
Batman's lost a lot of blood at that point after the Joker breaks his own neck. And loses consciousness for a minute or so. And then he wakes up, and he looks down and sees Joker's body. And then he just hawks a fucking loogie on him.
Yeah, and sets him on fire.
Sets him on fire and walks away.
But he's dead, so he didn't really kill him. He's just, saying, fuck you to him, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know, that's just cool. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Set him on fire.
So, Joker's top crazy. Now, another great villain that really isn't crazy and comes from a whole different perspective, Magneto. Magneto is, yes, he's a villain, but you got to look at his backstory. He was a kid in, Nazi Germany. His family was killed by the Nazis because he was Jewish. So he pretty much saw the whole slaughter of his, religion, right there. So
yeah,
when he became a mutant and he saw how people were doing it, he was thinking, this shit's going to happen again, but now I have the ability to stop it. I couldn't save my family from the Nazis, but I can save my mutant family from humans.
He's basically a villain depending on your point of view.
Right. even reading all the comics, I mean, yeah, he did some bad stuff and he did some good stuff. I mean, he's flip-flopped, on the X-Men team, off the X-Men team, all that. But even when he is the bad guy, you still feel sorry for him. I mean, me personally, I understand where he's coming from. Now, I can see, I'd be like, hell, I don't blame him. He just saw all these people, his mom, dad, and everybody get wiped out. You don't want to see that shit happen again. And with them having the power to take care of it, that's what he wants to do. So it makes sense.
It's like I said, it's two sides of the same coin. I can see Professor X's point of view, and primarily because I don't want all the mutants to rise and kill me, but I don't want all the mutants to be persecuted because they're mutants. But if you really think about it, if we lived in that world, what could we really do? You push the mutants so far, and they're all going to be on the same team and just wipe us all out. There's no winning team there for the humans.
True. Well, I mean, it's like they say, mutants were the evolution, the next step in human evolution.
Right.
So, but I mean, if you think about it, though, I mean, if you want to get real technical about it, hell, you could even say Wolverine was a villain at some points, because when they messed with his mind back in the Weapon X days, shit had him do all these kind of secret ops, assassination shit. He didn't know what he was doing. So technically, you'd say he was even a bad guy then. So, so the X-Men, they got a lot of bad guys that go flippy-floppy. I mean, they got some that are bad guys all the time. I mean, hell, even Sabretooth turned good for a while. I mean, it's just...
That brings another point of view. Me and someone else had an argument, with Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Because the authorities in the world saw him as a villain because of all the bad shit that he did, even Tony Stark.
But it wasn't his fault.
Are you to be held accountable for doing something you didn't know you were doing? You were brainwashed. Is it still your fault?
Oh, seeing that. Oh, I mean,
that's a can of worms.
Since he was brainwashed, I say no, that wasn't his fault because he was brainwashed. Now, if it's just somebody say I'm just following orders, that can get into a little bit different because I mean, yes, I understand when you're in a military or something like that, you're supposed to follow orders.
Your conscience comes into play at some point. Right. You make a decision. But when you're brainwashed, see, I'm of the mind that the Winter Soldier, something should happen to him, but I don't think it should be the worst of the worst because he wasn't in control of himself. You know that there was someone who brainwashed him. You know that when he was doing the bad things that he was doing, it wasn't really his fault.
But then again, I can also see Tony Stark's point of view on it where he killed his mother, so...
I don't give a shit about the rest of the story.
Right, exactly. Right. I was his mother. I mean, it's tit for tat. It just depends on what side of the coin you're on.
Winter Soldier was the bullet. Okay? The ones controlling him were the ones holding the gun.
Yeah, but the ones holding the gun...
I don't blame the bullet for killing somebody. I blame the person who fired it.
Right, but the ones that were firing that weren't there in front of him at the time that he found out, but the bullet was, so that's what he got to take.
I understand the rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... let's see. Other good bad guy.
How about the man right there?
Vader. Yes, Vader is probably one of the more iconic bad guys because he also just wasn't a straight up bad guy. Especially because of the 3 prequel movies, which I know not everybody enjoyed. I thought...
You know what? Fuck it. I like the prequels.
I liked them all, but Phantom Menace was kind of a little slow to me.
I really enjoyed it.
It was good, but it just wasn't... I mean, I don't know.
It introduced the double-edged lightsaber, which you see in every Star Wars thing now.
That is awesome.
The different colored lightsabers.
Darth Maul was awesome, and he was one of the few bad guys in the prequel movies that, or even damn Episode 7 that came out that didn't go out like a bitch. I mean, he took out Qui-Gon Jinn first before Obi-Wan got lucky and took him out.
And next to Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon was my favorite Jedi. He's just, I don't know.
No.
It's fucking Qui-Gon Jinn.
Fucking Mace Windu.
Mace Windu is a badass.
I mean, it's fucking Samuel L. Jackson. He had a purple lightsaber.
I'm sorry, he was a badass motherfucker.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Remember him in Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah.
We will survive this. Fucking
I said in a previous podcast that I wasn't going to ruin it for you, but if you haven't seen Deep Blue Sea yet, he gets eaten by a shark halfway through.
Right after he gives us a great fucking speech about surviving.
And we all need to work together.
Yeah, it's great. Of course, if you ever watch Dave Chappelle do a Samuel L. Jackson beer, he ruins it right there for you, too. See my movies? Deep Blue Sea? A fucking shark ate me.
Yes, I'm glad he's dead, and I hope to burn in hell. What did he say that about?
Oh, that was
He was talking about the beer or something. Samuel Jackson
Yeah, it was
beer.
Samuel Jackson beer. It was supposed to be like Samuel Adams.
And then at the end, he's drinking the beer. He's like, yeah, I'm glad they're dead, and I hope they burn in hell.
He's like, bitch. Okay, we're getting off track, off villain track there. But back to Vader. You know, he started out, you know, his mom got killed, or she didn't get killed, you know, she got kidnapped, tortured, and she died in his arms, so that sent him, and he just slowly went into the dark side. So, you know, because he had a lot of bad shit going on, but he thought he was doing good. The Emperor poisoned his mind and brainwashed him to thinking he was helping the Republic and doing what the Republic needed and saving it, even though I don't see how the hell killing the younglings in the temple helped the Republic. That was pretty fucked up.
That's another conversation I had with someone else.
What?
I was saying that Obi-Wan, this does relate to Vader, was not just some random Boy Scout following orders. And the other person was saying that, yeah, he totally was. Because I think that Rey is probably Obi-Wan's. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think Rey belongs to Obi-Wan. Anyways, this guy was like, well, you know, Obi-Wan was all about the Jedi Order and the rules. There's no way he fornicated with someone else on Tatooine. I'm like, yeah, but
she
he did all kinds of
she's
shit.
too young.
She could be his grandchild.
A grandchild? Okay, maybe grandchild, but yeah, she's too young to be his child because, I mean, she is...
Not his child, his grandchild.
Okay, that maybe then. Maybe,
And,
but I don't know. I don't think she's Luke. I think that's too damn easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And everyone says he's Luke, so I think it's too easy.
I mean, I could be
Anyways.
wrong, and they could take the easy way out, and that'd be it. But I think that would just suck. It'd be great, you know, pop up. You know, maybe that was really Han and
What I was
Leia's,
getting to.
which fucking Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
And
And Bill Paxton. This last week we talked about Alien movies, and damn if the next day Bill Paxton didn't die, so
game
R.I.P.
over, man.
Game over.
But I was saying that Obi-Wan wasn't a great big Boy Scout.
Well,
I was
I
saying
never thought that anyway, because he always had this rebellious wild streak in
he
him
raised
anyway.
Anakin and made him a Jedi against the Council's orders.
I mean, he flat out said, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I think he would have stood by Anakin, even going through the dark side, if he hadn't killed the younglings. I think even his
I think
his
that
bond
pushed him
was so
over.
tight with him that even because he had different views and
Well,
why he was doing what he was doing, I think even then he still would have stood by Anakin. But because he killed the younglings, that was what tipped.
Well, he even still tried to help him, tried talking to him right at first when, you know, they met there at the end.
Yeah.
He still tried to talk to him and get him to be like, let me help you. And,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, once Anakin drew his sword, he's like, okay, fuck it.
So
And you saw what happened. He fucked him up.
I know in the Star Wars world we're still learning new things about the Jedi and who brings balance to the Force, but I think it was Vader.
Yeah, because he did kill the Emperor.
He killed the Emperor.
But look what he did though before that. I mean, they wiped out the Jedi just completely. But still, in the end, the goodness in him came out. So that's why he's another one of those complicated villains that just, you know, it's hard to just. They're not just straight up bad. He actually was thinking he was doing good. So,
But there,
and plus he got messed up and turned into James Earl Jones, which is awesome.
well, there was a lot of bad shit he did between, so I don't think he was
Good,
really good. I think even towards the end it could have been a selfish decision what he did, but whether or not it was selfish, that is what, until
Well,
The Force Awakens is what brought balance.
Well, I think what pushed him over at the very end, other than getting completely fucked up by Obi-Wan, was him thinking, well, I mean, Padme was dead, but him thinking the kids died, or, well, he didn't know that. I don't know if he knew it was twins. No, he didn't. He didn't know it was twins. He just thought, but yeah, he thought his kid and Padme both died, so he had nothing left. And that's when, you know, you got the no shit.
I could poke holes and shit if I wanted to, but I think that might be another conversation for another day.
What?
Like, once he found out Luke was alive, why didn't he look at the Emperor like, what the fuck, man? You told me they were dead.
He didn't, I think because...
He said that's Anakin Skywalker.
I think by that time he was so deep into it, and, you know...
But even then, you're going to go,
Well, he did start to question him. When he saw him getting hurt, that's when he finally says, like, no, you're hurting my son. No. So, I mean, it was a slow process. He was so deep in, it wasn't something that he could just switch like that. He had to slowly build up to it.
Right.
It took a little bit, even though he did cut his own son's hand off. So, but
It's
still,
like son.
which God, oh, speaking of which, I saw the funniest thing on Facebook is a picture of Ray, at the end of episode 7, holding out the lightsaber, which that was the lightsaber he had when he got his hand cut off. And somebody put the caption when Luke turned around. Well, there was a hand attached to it. Where's it? Which, see, and then that.
Family Guy.
Then this goes off.
Have you seen my hand? Nope.
Then this goes off into a whole other thing too. Here, this is my theory on it. The hand, which obviously, since somebody was able to collect the lightsaber from the bottom of was it Bespin? Yeah, Bespin. The hand. What?
Good catch.
What if they cloned it, the hand, and there's another clone running around?
Or what if Ray's the clone?
Yes. What if Ray's a clone of Luke? Kind of like
a female clone.
X-23 is a fucking female clone of Wolverine.
Right.
So maybe she's like
and maybe they were trying to recreate a Vader only with her, and so they put her in the same circumstance that Luke would have been in on Tatooine, a big dusty desert planet. Well, except she wasn't in.
That wasn't Tatooine.
I know what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's
but
the same
it's the
circumstance.
same time. Yeah. That's a possibility. It could be, Emperor that set all this shit up in motion. Kind of like some, Mr. Sinister shit from X-Men, the way they do the clones and shit.
It's all coming together.
Because they can clone people. I mean, fucking
Clone
Wars. I mean, shit, yeah. Almost every stormtrooper, was pretty much Jango Fett's clone. And hell, Boba Fett's Jango Fett's clone, just unaltered.
I saw something somewhere where they said somebody was Boba Fett. And I don't remember. It said 7 reasons why somebody was Boba Fett, but I'm thinking we know who Boba Fett is.
Yeah, he's the clone of Jango Fett.
Because
unaltered
Boba Fett as a child was in the movie, so we know who Boba Fett is.
Yeah, and like I said, he was the unaltered.
I think it was Mace Windu became Boba Fett or something like that.
No, that's stupid.
I'm like, no, that's just dumb.
Yeah, that's stupid. I still hope they bring Boba Fett back soon. I mean, because in the comics and books and everything, he crawled out of Sarlacc pit. He did not die, so come on, let the man crawl out, because he went out like a bitch in that movie.
He's another villain we can talk about. He grew tremendously from the 4 or 5 minutes altogether, maybe he had in all of the movies.
Yeah, to one of the most. I mean, fuck.
He's the one takeaway a lot of people got out of Star Wars.
I got the Mandalorian skull tattooed on my fucking arm.
I mean,
yeah. So
they needed to do something with him. I think he might be getting his own movie.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think there's going to be a Boba Fett movie because I know they're doing a Han Solo movie.
Yeah. Well, unless Boba Fett's in Han Solo movie. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Because he knew who Boba Fett was when they said Boba Fett.
Right.
Boba
Well,
Fett.
because he's a bounty hunter. But you can't really consider Boba Fett a bad guy. He's a bounty hunter. He just or mercenary. He just does shit for money. I really don't consider them bad.
Yeah, but he makes decisions as well. Like Han Solo made decisions when he grabbed Luke, and he didn't have to go back and save him. But he did.
Well, if you read some of the comics, Boba Fett comics, like that happened before, he met Vader and stuff like that. I forgot the name of them. I actually got him. He actually does do some stuff consciously where, like, he's got this one head of this, like, lady that's supposed to be, be able to see the future and shit, and Vader wants it. And instead of handing her over to Vader, she's like, please just kill me, so he kills her. Puts her out instead of letting her suffer being
well, that's the
Vader.
Mandalorian in him, too, probably.
Yeah. Well, see, originally, he's a Mandalorian by, say, adoption since he's Jango's kid. Because Jango was adopted by Jasper, who was the leader of the Mandalorians, which just goes into the comics. And, because they found him on a planet, and, the planet ain't ringing a bell right now, but he found him on the planet, and so he adopted him, and, raised him as a Mandalorian, but he wasn't actually a real Mandalorian, so to speak, as far as by blood. So technically Boba wouldn't be either because he's, the clone / son of Jango.
Right.
But, anyway, pretty much the Mandalorians, for the most part, got wiped out, and he was, like, pretty much the only one left anyway. Which Mandalorians are badasses, by the way.
Yeah.
So back to Vader, though. But Vader, yeah, he's one of those more complex bad guys. And speaking of complex bad guys, another complex bad guys, which you might not know how complex he is, and you people out there might not know either, so I'm going to tell you. Megatron. I'm not talking G1 cartoon, off the cartoon Megatron, because you really didn't get into too deep of stories on the cartoon anyway. They were 20-minute fucking toy commercials is all they were back in the 80s. Just about any 80s cartoon was a toy commercial. But going into the actual lore of Megatron, he started out as a miner. back in the day, Cybertron was split into classes and stuff, and he was a minor and was treated like shit, and he just wanted equal rights for everybody. It was kind of Martin Luther King.
When you say minor,
like minor, like
in
a
coal miner.
Yeah, but they're
not like underage.
No, not minor, a minor. But anyway, so he got some people together and they started this thing, and it was more like a revolution to begin with to help get equal rights, and he wanted everybody to be equal and not just this class and this class, because originally some of the upper Autobots.
I'm gonna take that away from you.
Were complete. It annoys me. Some of the upper Autobots were complete dicks about it. And then as time progressed, so he became more and more evil, and he lost his way from the original mission. I mean, it's like the saying is peace through tyranny. But then, like more recently, well, I say recently, probably been about a year or so in the comics. So after a big crossover, life-changing event, he realized that he had lost his way, and he changed and became an Autobot. And a lot of the more evil, die-hard Decepticons were all pissed and shit at him. But then you had other ones like Soundwave, who was there from the beginning with him, who was like, if this is the right way, that's the right way. And he ended up helping the Autobots too. So, I mean, was very complex. He just lost his way because you got to think, it wasn't like the humans. I mean, they lived millions and millions and millions of years. I mean, that Great War went on for like millions of years. So he had time to
I've got a question
change.
concerning Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm of the mind, and I might be wrong, because I rewatched the Beast Wars some time ago. It's been a few months, maybe a year ago.
Beast Wars great.
When the Autobots went into outer space and crash landed on that planet, they became
Earth.
Right. Now, was that a different set of Autobots? Was that still Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and the rest of them?
Yes, the ones that crashed in Beast Wars, the ones that crashed there that they found are, that was Optimus Bumblebee, that was the Ark. Then they crashed on prehistoric Earth because in the very first episode of Beast Wars, when Optimus Primal chased that version of Megatron, they went through a time warp. They didn't know they went through a time warp, but they did, and it threw them back in time. So the planet they ended up on was prehistoric Earth, but at the time they didn't know it because it was a fake moon along with the regular moon, so they thought it was a different planet altogether. But then later on, which originally the writers said it as not to be Earth because they didn't know where they're going to go to begin with. Then later on, as the show progressed, they said, yeah, fuck it, it's going to be Earth, and they threw in the Ark and all that stuff and had the original Decepticons and all. So they were
See,
there.
now the movie makes a little more sense to me knowing that.
Which movie?
All of them, now that they're putting the...
Are you talking about the live action?
Yeah, now that they're putting the transforming animals in there, you're like, well, where the fuck did they come from?
Well,
all of a sudden, and then knowing that they were on the planet years before.
Well, the live action movies are totally doing different.
I know they're different.
But they, see, they keep going deeper and deeper. Like this new one come out last night from previews. There's fucking transforming dragons in it during King Arthur days. And King Arthur is actually in this new movie. He's supposed to be coming in this new movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're doing that, but anyway, that's just weird.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
God damn you.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, let's blow shit up. Boom, boom, boom. $1 million, please, thank you.
Yeah.
So, fuck hell. I'll tell you what, Hasbro, let me make the next Transformer movie, and I'll do it for half the price, and I'll still blow shit up for you. So
we were going to do that anyways.
Yeah. I like blowing shit up. So,
no shit up.
Any more villains you want to throw out there before we wrap up?
Well, I want to give a shout out, and I know it's not really even a villain, but Dr. Evil. I fucking love Dr. Evil. They shouldn't even call those movies Austin Powers. They should just call him Dr. Evil. Cause,
still Mike Myers.
Yeah, but does anyone go to see Austin Powers?
Yeah, babe.
They go to see not Austin Powers, but Dr. Evil.
Or the girls in the movie.
Yeah, the girls are nice.
See, who Elizabeth Hurley? Yeah. Heather Graham? Yeah. Beyonce. Yeah, fucking Queen Bee.
I heard that they're still talking about another one, but I don't see it.
Who would they get to play in that one?
Anyways, I fucking love
Mike
Dr.
Myers.
Evil. Everybody loves Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
And I just figure I'd give him an honorable mention.
$1 million.
If he swallowed a lizard or something. But yeah, who else? Are we missing anybody? Villains wise. I know we're probably missing
Yeah,
like a
well,
shit
yeah, there's
ton
a
of them.
fuck ton of villains, but I mean, like my tops. Yeah, that's about it. My tops. Honorable mentions: Juggernaut.
Bitch.
I'm Juggernaut, bitch. Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a great villain.
Apocalypse.
You know, Kylo Ren before he took his helmet off.
Venom. Carnage.
Venom, Carnage, yes.
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, and possibly depending on this new Spider-Man movie, fucking Vulture, Michael Keaton Vulture.
You know what?
because-
I'm going to give another honorable mention. People talk shit about the Tobey Maguire movies if you want to. That's fine. I didn't like the newest Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie that had Venom in it because they fucked up Venom.
Fucked up a lot in that movie.
But I think they did spot on with Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman was awesome. Plus, how was that, Hayden Christian Church?
I don't know.
No. Yes, maybe. Shit. Bear Wilson, I know you're out there. You'll correct me because I fucking suck at names. So, Bear.
And
Shout out.
shout out, Mr. Bear.
But, I think it's Hayden Christian Church.
They did an awesome Sandman.
But yeah, he was
The
great.
acting,
Well, he's
everything.
a great actor anyway. That's what I was going to say. He is a good
He's
actor.
an underused actor.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. He was in Wings. Remember the old show Wings?
Wings.
I love Wings. So, but anyway, hit this button right over here underneath Ryan. So subscribe if you haven't done it yet already. Subscribe. Go to our webpage, needfulgeeks.com, where you get links to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube page.
Everything.
Everything. And you can see our merch, beanies, hats, shirts, bracelets, and if we make anything else, might make, bras, thongs,
We got a shoe contract coming up pretty soon.
Yes. Yeah, Needful Geeks, tailors.
Subscribe. If you think we're interesting enough, tell your friends about us. Let them watch us and let them subscribe.
Yes. And leave comments. Bad, good, yes, no. Comments like comments. So, but until next time, I'm Blake.
And I'm Ryan.
It's been episode 5.